Right, okay, so say we want to write Leonie, okay?
Yay.
What
Good
I'm going
choice.
to do is write it down, okay? So we've got L-E, I just hope I spelled it.
It's L-E-O-N.
L-E-O-N.
Yeah.
O-N.
I-E.
I-E,
That's
okay.
it.
All righty. So you've got your name, right?
Yeah.
So what you do is you print out, there's 2 letters on each of the patterns. So we've got the capital L and I've printed out all the other ones. You can reuse these patterns and just keep rubbing your marks out.
Okay.
Okay, so what you do is you look and you say, okay, the capital L has got 30. So I'm going to write 30 under there.
Yeah.
E has got 35.
So it's already
35,
numbered.
yeah, 35. Now, the numbers are small, okay, because each line has to have a number. Now, the numbers aren't there. You don't have to read the numbers.
Right.
As long as you can see where number 1 is,
Yeah.
okay? You don't have to read the numbers because people have said to me, oh, no, I can't see the numbers. Really, the numbers are only there to give you something to cross off.
Okay.
Okay. And it was for me to, so I can say, right, there's 30 on there. But it's not important that you can see the numbers if your eyesight isn't that good.
Yeah.
It's just something to cross off every time you've done a fold.
But initially when you're working it out, you'll need the numbers to just get a magnifying glass to see the end one.
Yes, just to see how many there are. I mean, some of them, unfortunately, I had to do the numbers small.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got 2 E's.
Because if you don't need them all the time, then that's fine,
well, that's it. N has got, is that 36? 26? 30, yeah, 26. Okay, I has got 22.
Super. Okay.
And the O. Okay, 26 on the O.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. So you've got your numbers there. Now we want to find out how many we're going to need to make this word in a book. Okay, so basically we're going to add those up. So what I'm going to do is split them into 2 because with my patterns, you're working from the middle of the book.
Right. Okay.
It does explain all this to you in the instructions. You're working one way, you're turning your book over, and you're working the same way, but your book's upside down.
Fabulous.
That way, all your folds come into the middle, so it makes it really neat.
Yeah.
Some ways of folding these books, they start at the beginning, and you fold and fold and fold till you get to the end, but that means you're going to end up with uneven. You're going to end up with a load at the end.
Yes.
It makes it more difficult, so you don't know
it's not
how
gonna
many.
look as good,
no, it's not going to look as good. So I like to start in the middle and work my way out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add those ones up and those ones up. Okay, so I've got basically a line down the middle.
Yeah,
so I'm going to start with this N here.
Yeah.
So those ones, I've already worked it out to make it easier. Oh, you have a little calculator next to you. You've got 83 that side and 91. Now that's pretty even. You don't have to worry about it. So I know I'm going to start there with the letter N. Now, if you add those 2 up, you've got 174. So to make that whole name, you're going to need 174 pages in your book.
And like you say, if you've got too many pages, that isn't a big deal at all.
Now, don't forget that when you look at a book and you're looking at the page numbers, you've got 2 numbers on each page. So you're going to have to double that 174 to, don't look at that and think, oh, there's 365 pages there. That's plenty. You're going to have to double it. So that actually, if I double 174, it makes 348.
Superb.
Now, with volume 1, if you were lucky enough to get it, because you're not making your own patterns up, that's why I say start with that one. You've got your centre line and it's all done for you, all the measuring's done for you. But with this, I wanted people to be able to do their own name. So you're thinking, oh no, I've got to add up. It's still easy, you know, it's not that difficult. All you're trying to get to is that figure so you know your book's got enough pages. That's basically it. All right? Okay, so 348 pages. I look in this book and we've got plenty. It's 400 pages in here.
Superb.
So I'm going to go to the middle of the book, which is around 200. Okay.
Marvellous. Is there any type of book that's best for it? Does it matter?
No, you will find when you start folding that some paper is better than others. Now I'm just feeling this now. This is quite a rough paper. Some papers, when you fold it, it splits. It will be a bit trial and error. Most books are fine, you know, don't get me wrong. And if it does split a little bit, it doesn't matter. Just, you know, fold it over a bit more.
Yeah, make it look like part of the design.
When you're first starting, I wouldn't worry too much. You know, just get used to how you actually fold. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've split the name in two. We're going to start with the letter N because we're always working from the middle, from left to right.
Superb.
So we're going to do this half first. So we're going to find N. Right, so...
And it has to be obviously the little one, of course, because it's the middle of my name.
Yes, yeah.
But you could mix it up if
now,
you want.
If you look on your pattern, you've got two ends. One's got the numbers the right way up, and one's got the numbers upside down. So depending on which half of the name it is, this one's, we want it the right way up.
Because that's going from left to right.
The top of the book has got arrows.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Get them.
That always lines up with your top of the book.
Okay.
So what you do is you pop it underneath the page, line this up with the top, and you're lining up with number 1.
Okay.
On your pattern. Like I say, if you can't see number 1, it's going to be the first one.
Yeah, yeah. So number 1 is number 1.
So as long as you've got that top line lined up there and number 1, all you're doing is putting a mark at the top of the beginning of the line and the end.
Yeah.
Cross off number 1. Most important, every time you do a mark, cross it off.
Yeah, yeah. Otherwise you'll forget where you're up to.
Now, what I tend to do now is I'll mark off before I start folding the whole letter.
Ah, really?
Now, once if you've had number 1 and you're getting used to it, mark off the whole letter and then start folding.
Right.
That's just my personal preference.
Okay.
But I'm going to show you one at a time how to do it. Okay. Now, on this particular one, I'm going to fold it slightly different than I did on volume 1.
Okay.
Because it's letters, I find you get a slightly different look. It sort of undulates at the top, if you can look at this here.
Okay.
It sticks out more, whereas on volume 1 it was straight. Okay.
Yeah.
Now both of the ways will work with both of the CDs, but I want to show you, I wanted to show you two different ways, and you can decide which one you want to do.
That's brilliant. So if you've already got number 1, it's showing you an alternate.
That's right. So instead of having to mark the top and bottom of the books now, all I'm doing is taking my ruler up to the first line, straight across the book, and all I'm going to do is bring that down to the ruler. See how that ripped then? Some papers a lot, isn't as hard as others.
And I suppose, the age of the book makes a difference.
It does,
as well.
It does. So all I'm doing is bringing that down, and I'm going to crease it like that, and that's it. Okay? Then on your second line, take your ruler above the line, straight across the book, at a right angle, and we're going to bring the bottom up.
Excellent, that's easy.
And fold. Right. That's your first fold done.
That's your first fold. Okay.
Every page has got 2 folds. That's all. Have an elastic band.
Yeah.
Take that across, and that keeps everything out of your way.
Superb. Yeah, because otherwise it'll get.
Yeah. So we've got the next one. We go down now. This is on the same line, but there's a gap in between.
Okay.
So we're going down to number 2, which is there. Make a mark at the top, beginning and end. Cross it off.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Now this time, because you've got quite
one's at the top, one's at the bottom. So your first one you did the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, with the body of the N, there's just one line.
Right. Yeah.
But of course there's 2 there, okay? Yeah. So that's why when I brought the first CD out, I said start with the heart, because that just has 1 line per page. Yeah. Whereas this, it's still 1 line per page, but you have got a gap.
Okay.
Okay. So even if you can't see the numbers, if there's a line, if there's another one below it, that's number 2.
Yes. Yeah. So just get your ruler, and if you can't see it, have a second ruler.
Now with this one, obviously, if I put that straight across and fold it, it's not going to join up.
Yeah.
So with that one, I just use the corner of my ruler on the spine of the book, just bring it across to the first line, and just fold it like that.
Superb.
Make a fold. Whoops.
Okay.
And
yeah, that makes sense. So it doesn't have to go from the top, it has to go from that line.
It has to go from that line up. It doesn't really matter so much about this, but see how that goes over.
It's going into
so
the
you just
corner.
need to fold that out the way.
Okay.
You don't have to sort of think, it doesn't have to be a special fold, just needs to be out the way.
Okay.
And the bottom one, we're just going to fold up like we did before.
Super.
Increase it. Okay.
Yeah, I get the gist.
Done. Okay, that's number 2.
Yeah.
So you go along, you just keep going. As long as you make sure that it lines up with the top.
Yeah. That's why it's important to tick them off as you go in.
Yeah, it is.
Because otherwise you're just going to get lost, aren't you?
So what I'm tending to do now, because I've done a few, is I'll tuck it under a few pages.
Yeah.
And especially as you've got 2 lines on the same line, if you see what I mean. Mark that one off. Now number 3, cross it off.
Yeah.
Turn your page now, because you're still lined up, you can just go straight down to number 3. Cross it off, do you see?
Yeah, yeah.
And then turn it over, push it in one more.
Yeah. So this is how you normally do it?
This is how I do it now, yeah. Now I've got used to it.
Yeah.
Do it one at a time until you get used to it, and then
you can
you'll find that just remember to cross it off, okay?
And it's actually way quicker, isn't it, this
Yeah, it is. It is quicker, because then you can just sit down and do your folding part.
Yeah.
Cross it off. Okay.
It's funny, isn't it? Because as you're seeing this, you don't think that is going to make any sense.
No, that's it. And it's like you just can't wait to get a bit further until you see, it just appears before your eyes.
Yeah, it is a little bit like magic. I wonder if that's why it's been so ridiculously popular.
I think so.
Remember, that first CD has gone. Volume 1 has sold out again. Volume 2, where you will get all these, get the full alphabet. You will get upper and lower case. You're going to get your numbers as well in 2 different sizes. You've also got hearts on there. You've got stars. You've got dashes. So again, you can add extra elements to your work. However, this is really, really busy as well. In fact, we're heading towards half of the stock. Goodness. If you want it, you need to be quick. We are only 27 minutes into the show. 342525 is your item number. A really, really good concept, and I love the fact that Sarah's worked it out and she's given us different ideas, different techniques, so you can obviously decide what's best for you. But also this allows you to personalise anything.
It does, yeah. This makes it a lot more personal. So if you've got, I've done Charlie for my grandchild, people's last names for their anniversary. Like I say, you've got the numbers as well to do dates as well.
Special birthdays, things like. Do you know, we've got some emails. I think we've got pictures.
Oh, brilliant.
I can never get in this anymore. Right, Mandy's emailed in. She says, morning, lovely ladies. Good morning, Mandy.
Morning.
It's all the team as well. Morning, team.
Morning.
Good morning. Just bought volume 2. Yay.
Yay.
For my book, Folding Names. Can't wait for it to arrive. I've not been tempted. I've not attempted names yet, and would like to ask, you need to leave a gap in between each letter.
No, you don't. I don't know why you don't, but it looks perfectly fine. Sometimes, like on the lamp base that I've done there, I think it's mainly because it's I've done it with. I actually did that with 2 soft paperbacks, and I've glued them together. Okay, I think it's because it's a circle. I did actually wedge some sheets in between, a couple of them, just to keep them open, but on all the others, no, you don't need to leave a gap at all.
Fabulous.
It just works.
It just does the job. And thank you. Have a good day, Mandy. Thank you. Hello to everyone at Create and Craft. I've been looking forward to this show since the last one. I bought the book Folding Volume 1. It's so fantastic and easy to do. I bought Volume 2 last night, so I didn't miss out. Please find enclosed, and this is from Jackie from Manchester. She says, please find enclosed a photograph of my first attempt. And this is Jackie from Manchester, who sent a photograph.
That's, excellent.
That's her first attempt.
Yeah,
that
lovely.
is absolutely beautiful.
So that's what I'm saying. Even kids can do this. In fact, kids love it. Because all it is just following lines. It's really, really it's simple to do. Now, like I say, that the more care you take with it, the better it'll look. But even kids will think, wow, I've done that.
I think that is fabulous.
Just amazing.
Now she says, can I say a big thank you to Sarah for her help recently. She's a lovely lady and nothing was too much trouble. Lots of love from Jackie. Thank you ever so much. Thank you for all your emails. Keep them coming in. And keep those photographs coming in as well. Okay then, Sarah.
All right, so I've just been carrying on doing this. So what I'll do now is, obviously, you carry on. Once you've done your N, you'll bring in your next letter and just carry on doing one letter at a time right till the end of the first half.
Superb. Okay. Yeah.
So I'll put that away.
One we prepared earlier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm in the middle because I've done Peerless here. Yeah. Obviously, I'm doing designs as well, so I can have a logo sitting.
That looks good
so
idea.
I've done the second half, the IGNS.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is do the first part.
Yeah. So obviously you need it to go the right way, otherwise you'll have your alphabet
what you've been doing
down.
is you've been working this way and you've been putting it to one side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now what we're going to do is turn the whole thing round. Go back to the centre of your book.
Superb.
Turn it round upside down. Let's get my elastic band again.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's quite cool because I mean, even if it does go wrong, it's still only a fold, so you can take it out.
You can rip as long as you've got more pages than you need and you folded it and it's wrong. Yeah. You can rip that page out, or you can normally refold it. It just depends where the fold was, or you can actually iron the page. I've heard people ironing the page as well.
Forcing them down.
Yeah, a little travel iron or something. You can iron it back out again.
Superb. Okay.
Right. So what do I need? I need an S, don't I?
Super. So obviously the book is now upside down.
The book's
so
upside down.
Couldn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because these arrows need to be at the top of the book, your book is now the top is down here now.
So now you have
so we're going to turn
down.
the pattern upside down. That's why the numbers were upside down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you find the S with the numbers now the right way up.
Yes.
I've actually started crossing these, but. And so now you're lining, this is the part that you're most likely to get wrong because you've been used to lining it up at the top.
So this is it, you could now start at the wrong way around.
You need to concentrate a bit now, so you're going to tuck it under and line it up at the bottom this time.
Yeah.
And you're going to go along, like I said again, marking off, starting with number 1 again.
Yeah. So you know what you're up to because you've cut them out. And this is a nice thing as well because you're ticking them off as you go along. So you can actually stop and have a brew, stop and have a phone.
If the phone goes or whatever, as long as you've been ticking them off, and even if you don't, you can still go along and line it back up and think, right, I know I've done that one. I can go a bit further along and think, right, where's that? All you do is slide it in. Until you find where it lines up and you're back to where you were.
Yeah, so you know exactly
you can
where
always
you're going.
find it out.
And that's because obviously you've got the guide at the bottom as well, so it makes it dead easy. So you're getting it even every time.
So and that guide means that all your letters are going to line up really nicely. They're not going to be all over the place. You don't have to, you know, the guide is there. If your book is small, all you have to do is fold over until your letter fits, you know, in the centre of your book.
Okay.
And use that as a guide.
Right.
But I'd say get your pencil, put some big arrows. Okay. So you know that's the way up.
Yeah, that's where you're going.
So you can always, don't worry about the size of your book. And if it's too big as well, if you're using a massive book, you can always add a bit of paper to the top.
Yeah, so you can actually mix and match it depending on the book you're working with.
So like I say, the second half of the book, all your letters are going to be the ones that are upside down, and you're going to line it up, and again you're going to go right to the end this way. And then I've got a little present here for Leonie if you'd like to open it.
You can see you got a present.
Oh no, I hid it.
Oh, this is a proper present as well.
A proper present.
Oh, you are too nice. Look. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. That's lovely.
So that's what it looks like at the end, and you can.
Oh, I'm really chuffed. I love my job.
Yeah.
That's ace.
When I found out who it was presenting, I was like, yeah, I've got to
see, I told you we got to show him it. No wonder when we get gifts. That's so cool.
So all I've done there, I haven't even inked the letters up. I just kept it really natural.
Yeah.
And just made, out of the pages that actually were left over, I made some little origami flowers.
That is so cool.
Thank
you.
You're welcome. welcome. You're welcome.
You're lovely. Oh, that is so cool. I love the fact as well, the light dances off it, doesn't it?
It does. When you look at it from different directions, it really does.
And look how the eye, see, it is really clever. Look at the eye as well. That is so clever, isn't it? That's fabulous.
So some of the books you'll find that you need a ribbon or something to hold them in a certain position so that the letters, not so much with the letters to be fair, with volume 1, which were pictures, a lot of pictures, the trend is to put a ribbon around the bottom, or I used my Silhouette cutting machine to make strips of card that held it at a certain position.
Right, and then it's readable.
The letters aren't so bad because they will just, you can spread them out to make the letters bigger, or you can squash them together. But,
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I'm really chuffed with that.
And just line the inside of your book. Some books have lovely, like the Peerless one here is blue, had a nice inside anyway, but some of them are just white, so you can line the inside with all your backing papers,
you know,
whatever, exactly.
The choices, I mean, oh my word, you could get so creative
like I
with
say,
these.
that's why all your card making stuff you can use, like I use the my CD images to embellish the insides.
Yeah, no, that's it. I think it's one of those live to the books in that definitely pick them up from the charity shops.
Yeah.
And we were chatting before, who were chatting with? It were our Ali, and we were saying, ask the charity shop for books they can't sell as well, because they're physically the ones they can't put out. Ask them for the ones they can't sell. They can't sell them, so they can't take money off them, but you can then offer a donation.
Yeah.
So do ask them, because you're saving them from landfill. You don't want them to do that.
No.
Or recycling, make them into a work of art. 342525. Okay, 60% of the brand new CD that is exclusive, 60% of the stock has gone.
I just want to quickly show you a way of, on the first CD, once they were folded, I took an ink pad, a distress ink pad, and just rubbed over. I've since found that actually it looks nicer if you do it before you start folding.
I was wondering this. Yeah, okay.
So what I'm going to do is just quickly show you. I've got some distress ink. Any ink will do.
Yeah.
I would normally actually add a little tiny bit of water. In fact, I've got a glass of water there. I'll just wet my pad. Just remember not to drink it.
Because once you've done that. Because obviously distressing refill is quite intense, isn't
it is. So I'm just going to do that now. I'm just going to get, in fact, I can keep the book closed. You see at the top as well, it looks nice. Well, the reason I thought of this is when I bought these books for Peerless Designs, they were already blue on the top, but they weren't blue down the centre. So I thought, right, okay, I'll match it up. So what I'm going to do is I've just got a load on my little makeup sponge, and just press it in to the pages. Squeeze them together. Okay.
See, you could, because I keep thinking of the gold foil books that you get.
Well,
I mean, you could do your gold foil,
actually,
couldn't you?
You can spray them with gold spray.
As
well.
And
obviously,
I suppose you could put paint on, couldn't you?
Well, the only problem is it can't be anything that's going to stick the pages together.
Of course, of course.
Because obviously it'll go solid. So if you do give it a light spray with gold paint, just make sure you fan the pages as soon as you've done it. Fan the pages out so that you can, so they don't stick together.
Of course. Because I was thinking of gluing glitter on the edge, but that could be the same thing. Although if you use glitter spray on the edge, I wonder what that'll be like.
I tend to use glitter. So I've done a few of mine with glitter spray, but I've done them after I've done them and just give it a spray. On the lamp base, I actually sprayed it afterwards with varnish as well, just to give and I think there's glitter spray on there as well.
It's got sort of a gold tinge to it, hasn't it?
Now, when you come to ink the main front of your book, don't forget that the pages are going to be folded. Whoops, sorry. There's probably only going to be that much at the most showing. So you don't need to do the top and bottom.
Right. Just think ahead.
Just do those bits.
Wonderful. That makes sense. And obviously your ink then, It's immediate, it dries quick, you don't have to worry about the pages sticking
and
together.
Because this is water-based as well, it's not going to stick, no.
Yeah, no, that's a really good tip.
And even if it sinks into the page, it doesn't really matter that much.
Right, so because it will do, won't it? Especially if they're old
But that just makes it show more when it's actually folded.
And with being quite absorbent, they'll seep the ink
and it also helps if you've got, say, because if you've bought it from a charity shop and it's an old book, it could have like marks and dirty. But if you do this, it makes it, obviously you can't see all those dirty marks.
No, that's easy.
So once you've got that already inked up, then when you start folding, it's going to, you know, it will seep in a little bit, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all. That only makes it stand out more.
I like that. So don't worry about the top and the bottom of the book, because that isn't going to be folded, so don't panic about that bit.
But if you have already folded it and you haven't done that and you think, oh no, I want picture, just do get your actual ink pad, take your top and front and back out the way and just gently rub it over the pattern.
So just hold it nice and tight. That's a good tip. Now, if you do want to have a go at this, hi Sarah and Leonie, I bought my first CD and now I'm hooked. So easy, and now no book is safe. Being able to do any name is brilliant. Thank you for the inspiration. Helen says, wow, hello to Leonie, lovely Sarah and the great team. Hi team. Hi. At last, I've been wondering for yonks how to do this. I was about to start a couple of courses and stopped, watch and record. You're making it look so simple. Thank you. I think I need to give this a try. Helen, go for it. It is one of those that it looks impressive. It looks expensive as well. I mean, I know I bang on about it all the time.
It does, doesn't
but if you're selling your craft, this is so different, isn't it? But you can still like add your own touch to it because the way you decorate your book, the front and the back, the pages, like you've done. There's so many ways of actually making it your own as well as personalising.
That's right. You know, like I say, any of your crafty stash that you've got, you can use on these. Your backing papers from the CDs, you can use on the backs of the inside and the outside of your books, because you probably, unless the book is actually been chosen because it's something that the person actually likes, you can cover the spine up like I did with yours, if we can turn yours round.
Of course.
So, you know, obviously you haven't got the name of the book and whatever, and you can personalise, you know, use your Silhouette Cameo to do a nice design for the front.
Absolutely.
Or use a topper, you know, use a decoupage topper for the front and back of the book as well.
You could actually put photographs, couldn't you?
Of course,
I mean, a really nice photograph would be good there, so the whole thing becomes, you know, something really special. I love the way it catches light.
It does. It's lovely, isn't it? That's why when you've got it on a shelf, you know, you're walking past, it looks different as you're going, you know, around.
I think that, it's so cool. Practice, and that's the thing, if you can pick your books up for next to nothing. I remember, like, when I started sort of getting into mixed media, we're using books. I did use one for uni at the time, but mine were like at a car boot sale. You know, it's obvious they'd left them out for ages because they were more or less rotting in the box. But for me, that were perfect.
I mean, you can go to the auction rooms as well, and you can pick up a big box of books for a couple of quid, you know?
No, I think it's brilliant. And actually, it could be quite funny, because you could pick books that are perfect for the type of people.
Exactly,
You could make it really personal, just on the book that you chose.
That's right.
If you know where I'm going with that.
You know, a favourite, you know, what? Obviously, they've read it a few times and they're not going to read it again. But, you know, it'll always remind them of that particular book.
No, I think it's lovely, that. I think it's different, really, really different, really special.
And the likes of your one, which I decided to leave plain as it was, because it actually, the colours of the book, I think the book pages, if it's a very white book, it lends itself to be coloured or made different, but a nice vintagey book like that one, I just thought, no, I'll keep it nice and simple. Even the flowers were the same pages, so it all matched.
I love that the flowers match absolutely perfectly.
I mean, we all there's so many dies now of flowers and lovely stamps that you can use. You know, it's like I say, any of your crafty stuff you can use on it to decorate them.
You've only got one show. Mind you, it's probably a good job because, to be fair, they don't really last that long.
No.
Is there any specific hints and tips? I suppose you've crammed so much on that
like
CD.
I say, I prefer to tuck the pattern under a few pages.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got, say, on the S there, you've got 3 lots, 3 lines in a row.
Right, okay.
So it means you're not constantly taking it out, putting it in, taking it out, putting it in.
So
if I flick through about 3 or 4 pages, line it up, you know that you can mark the first one, turn the page, and it's ready for the second one.
Yeah.
Just remember to cross off.
Yes. Remember where you are. Remember
turn
to
the page again, and you've got your third one. You haven't had to do this all the time. When you first start, take your time, do it one at a time. But you'll find once you get the hang of it, that you can.
And you'll get into a roll as well.
That's it. You do get into a roll, and I like to do, especially with the name ones. Not so much with the volume 1 because it's there's a lot more to the patterns. You can just do 1 letter at a time. Mark the letter off, sit and fold it. Mark the next letter off, sit and fold it. And also, another tip is...
We've just got about 30 seconds.
Oh, right. Keep looking just to make sure it looks right.
Yes, make sure you're lettering upside down.
Yeah.
I know that'd be the first thing I'd do.
Especially when you start the second half.
Of course I would.
Be careful.
Yeah, I'd have me other... me Leo upside down. It'd be right, it'd be unique.
Yes, it would
Sarah,
be unique.
thank you ever so much. We've only got seconds left. You have to check this out after the hour. Ridiculously busy. I'm so chuffed and thank you for my gift.
You're welcome, Leonie.
Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, everyone, don't you dare go anywhere apart from to check your CD out.